Hi, my husband and I are getting ready to take a trip over to Austin, so I thought I'd go through some of my stuff and see what I have so I don't keep buying the same stuff all over again. Anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of things I found last time we were there at the thrift stores. I found this dress, and I bought it. It was J.S. Edwards. It's a size 8, but I wasn't really concerned about the maker. I wanted to check what the content was, and this one was 96% acetate, 4% lycra, and 45, it says, acetate. And what that means is it stretches all 4 ways. So what I did with that is, so far I've only cut off one of these sleeves, and out of that one sleeve I was able to get a little tank top for Dana. This little tank top I made. I just put a piece of Velcro in the back and did a couple sleeves, a couple of straps, and made her this little blouse. It's so nice, and you're never going to be able to find this in a regular fabric store. I mean, you can, but chances are pretty slim. So this dress was $3. I got it half price for $1.50, and like I said, I've made this, and I've made another blouse out of it, and I've only cut off one sleeve, so I have quite a bit left. This is the kind of stuff you can make leotards out of, so leotards and tights would be perfect in this. It's a little difficult to sew with if you have to sew on the right side, but if you're sewing on the back with your seams together like this, it's no problem at all. I just used a regular stretch stitch and I didn't have any problem sewing whatsoever. So that was that dress on Dana. That was that blouse. And then I found another dress that I thought was just so cute. This was a little girl's dress. It was a size 6X, and what it was, it had a little bolero jacket on the top, and then it had, the front was like this. And so what I did is I cut it all up. This was also a $3, I think this was a $5 dress, and I got it for half price for $2.50, but I paid the $2.50. I usually don't spend that much money on dresses. I usually don't go over $2, but I thought this was kind of cute with the sparkle and the nice stretch in it. So I bought this for $2.50. And so what I did was I cut everything in half. I took half of the dress just like this, and what I did was I zigzagged across the white part, and I turned that down, and I took a zipper, and I just put a zipper on each side of this cut piece of fabric. I sewed it this way and this way until I got all the way around to the other side, and that was how I made Dana's evening gown. Of course I didn't use a zipper like this, I used a white one. But anyway, this is what I did. I just gathered it here, and then I put a zipper all the way down to the end. Well, until about here. But anyway, that was Dana's first, Kyla's first evening gown. And I thought that was really pretty, and it was very, very simple to do. It was just a matter of, like I said, sewing these pieces together and put a zipper down the back, and you have a nice, simple, easy evening gown. This was Kelsey's Christmas outfit. I finished purple hat is what I demonstrated, so I ended up making a top hat, and what I did was I just did a strip of about 1.5 inches of Christmas fabric, and then I just whip stitched some of this silver glitter around the outside. And as far as the trim, I bought some trim. I don't know where it's at, but it came in one of my grab bags, and it's vintage. It's very vintage, and it was really hard to sew with, but this is probably 30 years old. You can tell how vintage this lace is. It's got metal fibers in it, and it's not anything, it's one of the first you can see just by telling what else is on here how old this stuff is. But it was in one of my grab bags, so I thought I'd try it. And it actually turned out kind of cute on the trim of the hat. So I did that. This jacket is Addie's jacket, but instead of filling in the front, I just cut a complete part of the top off, and I rounded the corners to get, and I trimmed the back of the jacket so it didn't flare out so much, because she doesn't wear, of course, those big old-fashioned skirts, the crinolines and those. And that's how I got Addie's jacket. But I did actually line the whole thing. So let me show you. This one I've just got it pinned in. I don't have it hooked to a bar pin yet because I'm going to do something nicer than this pin, but it's kind of cute. So anyway, what I ended up doing is I ended up lining this whole jacket so I didn't have to worry about any of the inside edges. Another thing I did on the jacket was instead of doing that round collar, I just did a couple of half moons, and then on the half moons I just put the trim. So anyway, this is the jacket, and I ended up lining the whole thing. So I made two pieces, one in this cotton fabric and one in the fleece, and I just sewed them all the way around, and I left this piece open right here. So I turned it inside out, and then I just sewed that, and that ended up being the Addie's jacket without that, with most of the front piece cut completely off. It was just enough to keep the so I could put a button in. If I was going to make this again, I would probably come down to about here to make it look more like a tail instead of just an open cape-like jacket. But you know, that's another option, and you already have the pattern. It's just a matter of adjusting the pattern. I left the sleeves free, floating in the inside. I didn't finish them off. I didn't sew them together is what I should say. You can tack these together if you think you'd like that better, but I didn't. I just left it the way it was. Her belt is just a regular belt. I just used that really pretty silky fabric, that stretch fabric that you get at Hobby Lobby. I think you can get it at most of your fabric stores. It comes in all the different colors. This is just the silver, and this was the red. This blouse is out of the same fabric that I made Dana's tank top out of. This is just the leotard, the top of the leotard. I cut it off, and I just made that into a blouse instead of a leotard. These pants are the same thing as the tights, only I cut them off and made them really, really short. So this is just the top of the tight pattern. And I actually had to sew the elastic in my hand because this fabric is so fine to work with. It was kind of difficult to be able to sew it on the sewing machine. So I actually did a 1/8 of an inch piece of elastic. I did it for the size of her waistband, and then I just whip stitched a little stitch around here. You can, if you look close enough, you can see the little running stitch I did on that. And then for just for fun, you can do the same thing. Your granddaughter or your daughter can change the color of her little ponytail holders for a different variety. But anyway, that was Kelsey's Christmas outfit with her top hat and tails. So that was Kelsey. So anyway, that was an update. I'm going to, as far as Kyla's evening gown, I'm still going to put some straps on her dress. So I don't know if I'm going to cut this up and make 2 straps and use the same kind of polka dot fabric, or if I'm going to just use the leftover piece of this back of the outfit and turn it into straps like that. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, she can actually wear it strapless, but I think it would look prettier if she does have straps on this gown. But it's a simple way of doing it. It's like cutting the dress in half and then just sewing it back together with a zipper. So I'm going to show you how to take long zippers and turn them into doll size. Instead of, I go to a lot of these thrift stores, and sometimes they'll have bins that are just filled with zippers, and it's too hard to find the little ones. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how you can take a regular zipper, and this one's already been cut. This one I can't even use. There's no, somebody's already cut this in half. I'm going to show you how you can move these little, they're called zipper stops, and you can move them to make your zippers any size you want, and without having to wait and order them online. They're not that expensive, but if you can get a zipper for 10 cents or get it in a grab bag, there's no sense in paying for something that you can make yourself relatively simple. And these were only like 10 cents, like I said, at the thrift stores. These are old ones. This one's 45 cents. This one is 80 cents. This one was from 1978. This was a Walmart zipper that was sold originally for 88 cents at Walmart. But the date on this is 1978, so you can tell how old these zippers are. Okay, anyway, I'm going to come back and then we'll work on, I'll do a close-up version so you can see closer how to make your own zippers. Okay, I'll be back.